What's up? How you doing?
Different, if at all, just kind of coming in, maybe your captain takes letting out a phone call probably last year. This year, you know, it's March, you've been on the team. How's it feeling different? Maybe how's that role in the team from being the number one points guy?
I wouldn't say there's a huge difference. I think last year, last year definitely the weighting was a little bit different than this year. Obviously, I kind of knew for a long time, and so it's something that's kind of been in the back of my mind for a while, and just excited that the week is here.
What role, if any, did the ROM match just play the success you had this season?
Yeah, I think I think the team atmosphere and playing in front of so many people. That was the biggest stage I'd ever competed on, and it probably still is pretty close to the biggest stage. And I think probably having the vote of my peers was definitely a huge kind of confidence boost for me. I think there was a few guys that really wanted me on the team, and I was able to perform well under that immense pressure. And it's always a little bit different when you prepare for those moments, but then you feel what it's like in the heat of battle. And when you go home and practice, you're actually able to prepare for that because you know exactly how it feels on the biggest stage. And so I think going into this year, I had that experience. And I knew what it felt like in those moments, and I was able to perform well. And then when I went home, I'm able to prepare knowing exactly how I feel in those moments. The energy? Yeah, I think the energy is pretty similar. Everybody's really excited to be here. We got a good team again this year, and a lot of guys that are playing good golf right now, and so we're all just excited to get the week started. Yeah, I think the practice rounds are pretty loose. Keep things light. You don't want to take it too seriously at the beginning of the week, especially this one being a 4-day event versus a 3-day at the Ryder Cup. And it's the matches are going to be a grind, and they're going to be really serious. And so at the beginning of the week, it's definitely nice to keep things a bit lighter.
You're obviously coming off a very impressive 2022 and everything. How are you looking to parlay that energy and enthusiasm that you've already had this year into this tournament?
Yeah, well, starting with last year at the Ryder Cup, it was definitely a lot of fun, and winning is a lot more fun than losing. So I definitely don't want to be on the losing side of any of these squads. And so, approach to this week is just going to be going out and just trying to get off to a good start in the early matches, and then go from there.
12 guys on the team, you had to tell them your ideal match play athlete, match play player for the U.S. team. Who would you pick for driving, iron play, short game, and putting?
Okay, wow, you're hitting me with a hard one here. I'd probably, let Jordan putt. Might let him chip too. He's pretty good at that kind of stuff. Let's see, who else is on the team? This is hard off the spot. Who hits it the furthest? Finau probably? Cam Young? Yeah, I'd say Cam Young hitting the tee balls, and then maybe Colin with the irons. Hope I didn't offend anybody on the team with that answer. I don't know if that was correct or not. I don't think so. You want to stay in position in match play. I think wearing a guy down, especially on a harder golf course like this, is a good strategy. Yes, you can take more risks, but I think always being in the hole is a really important part of match play.
Comparing again to a year ago, what were those days leading into the captain's big call coming like? Were you looking at your phone, waiting for that call? Or?
It's tough for me to remember, but I do know that I think it was like the day after the East Lake. And so we were just kind of chilling at home, getting some rest. It had been a long 3 weeks, and the end of the year was definitely stressful with all that kind of hanging over your head, especially with it being my first team and with it being the Ryder Cup. And I think Sam and I were in touch that day, and Sam kind of called me early in the day and told me that he got the call and said he wasn't going to be on the team. And so I kind of spent the rest of the day just hoping the phone wouldn't ring, because I felt like the longer it went, he would get the bad phone calls out of the way early and then the good ones late. And so a lot of waiting. It's a long day. I just try not to focus on it. I think the best approach is usually just going out and trying to do your best, and most of that involves ignoring the outside noise. And just because you're the favorite, they don't give you any extra shots. We don't start one up. There's a lot of talented players on the PGA Tour, and it's a very deep tour, and the internationals obviously have a lot of talent on their side as well. Yeah, I think Sam and I both play pretty similar. We'll see if we get paired together this week. I'm not exactly sure what their pairings will be. But yeah, definitely I think the close friendship would for sure help. You know, we know each other's games pretty well, and know each other's personalities well and so I think it'd be a good pairing, but there's 12 guys on this team, so it really depends on what gives us the best matchups for each day. And I think the first 2 days we have 10 guys playing, and then Saturday we have 8 guys in each session, and so guys are going to sit, and a lot of that's up to the captain to figure out. I'm just going to go out and do my best when I'm told to go out and play.
Scottie, today, golf players requested more ranking points on social media. Can I get your thoughts on that? And you believe that they deserve more ranking points?
Yeah, I don't know how the world ranking exactly works. I don't know the ins and outs of how they deem tours eligible for world ranking points, and there's a board that does all that kind of stuff. So for me, I don't really have much to say on that. I don't really know. It's not up to me. I don't.
Do you view yourself as a leader on this team, and what does that role look like?
I think there's certain guys on the team that have played in a lot of these team events. I think I look at Jordan and JT as those guys. They're the longest tenured, especially Jordan. This is like maybe his 9th team event, 8th or 9th, something like that. So he's been on many teams, and so there's certain guys I think where their voice holds a lot of weight. And honestly, I couldn't tell you if I'm one of them. I know that Jordan definitely is. He's been around for a long time, and you kind of got to earn your stripes. This is my first President's Cup, and so. I may have had the best year on the course, but in a team environment, things are quite different. I mean, just show up and try and do my best. I'm not going to, get too much into the ins and outs. I think you can try to be a leader, but it doesn't really matter unless people are following you. And so if people have questions for me or if they need anything, I'll give them my opinion. But as far as the ins and outs goes, the captains are pretty much our leaders this week. Captain Davis has done a good job kind of getting everybody settled and getting us prepared for what we're going to do. And it's just a matter of going out and doing it.
Scottie, we're such a big favorite.
I mean, I usually just kind of ignore that kind of stuff. For me, that being heavy favorites doesn't give us any extra shots. Every match is going to start at even. And so if we don't go out and play our best golf, we're not going to win this tournament. And so I think that's the approach of all the guys. We've been preparing for this, and we definitely don't want to lose this tournament. And it'll start on Thursday with just getting out and trying to get off to a good start.
Scottie, you don't seem to be fazed by almost anything that the outside world says. Last year it was, wow, Scottie Scheffler barely gets in as the last captain selection. This year it's Scottie Scheffler is the best player in the world. Has any of that conversation changed your motivation or preparation for this team event?
No, I wouldn't think so. I'm still just another guy on the team, whether I'm the 12th or the first guy on the team. It doesn't really matter. We're all going to go out there and try and do our best when our name gets called to go out and play matches, and that's really all I'm focused on.
Did last year's experience change your preparation in any way for this?
I wouldn't say so. I think last year I was definitely a bit more nervous going into the event just because I was the last guy on the team. Like, that was obvious. I was the last guy on the team, and I didn't know how much I was going to be playing. And I think having the vote of a few guys on the team definitely gave me more confidence going into that event. And earning your spot's a little bit different, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to go out and do my best when my name gets called.
How much is your work this week on the golf course as compared to your work with a potential partner?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit more, especially if we're going to be going out an alternate shot. There's definitely a lot more you have to prepare for, whether it's golf balls. That's a big one, just preparing because we all play different types of balls. And so figuring out, can I hit his ball off the tee? Can I chip with it? Can he hit my ball off the tee? There's a lot of ins and outs to that. And so there is some preparation there. But at the end of the day, yesterday I got most of my work in on the golf course to where I needed to learn this place because it's my first time around the golf course.
Now, lastly, form is a fickle thing, as we all know in the game of golf. What was your form like in March, April, May compared to how it is now?
Yeah, form's a weird deal. Sometimes you show up and you feel great, and you don't play your best. Other times you have horrible warm-ups and then you play your best after that. And I feel like I'm still in good form. You know, my game, I obviously was peaking, you know, at the beginning of this year. I had some great starts and really nice wins, and winning is difficult out here on tour. So you got to get the breaks, you got to hit the shots at the appropriate time. And so just because you're in form doesn't mean you're going to be winning all the time. But I definitely feel like my game's in a good spot now.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm sorry to even ask more of a frequent running around. Do you feel it all for Trevor sort of process that's happening now?
What do you mean?
Like, he's trying to build his team, and he's throwing all these different curveballs, and now he's showing the team that he probably can draw on.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some challenges there with guys leaving and not being a part of the team, and so it's definitely a challenging aspect for him. I haven't paid too close attention to what's going on. I've kind of been in my own little world. When I'm away from the course, I try and get away, and so I've seen a little bit of the stuff. But yeah, I'm sure it's been a hard job for him, but he's definitely very excited that this week is here.
And then I'm not sure if you saw, but some of the guys sent a memo today to the head of the world rankings asking basically you're on the top of the rankings. How do you feel about the issue?
Yeah, I mean, that's not up to me. That's up to the official World Golf Ranking. I play golf on the PGA Tour. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have much to say. I don't know the ins and outs of how the system works, if those golf tournaments are deemed eligible, if 54-hole events count, 48 guys. You know, it's challenging. There's lots of ins and outs to that, and I don't think my position in the world ranking has any sort of effect on whether those guys will get world ranking points or not.
Do you feel like your ability to tune out has been extra useful this year?
I think so. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on, as you well know. So I think so. It's important for me when I get away from golf to really check out. I got a good group of friends at home that I like to spend time with, and golf's definitely not a topic of conversation very often. And so when we're at home, I'm able to check out, and I think it's a strength because it takes a lot of energy to play good golf out here. And so physically, it's not as taxing, but definitely mentally, it's very taxing. So when you get home and you're able to check out and do other things that you enjoy while still, you know, preparing for events, I think it's a skill.
I have a question about, so I asked both the captains to build starting five of each team. You know, you were named one of the starting five by, for your team. So I was curious of, you know, what's your thoughts on what's, you know, starting
Basketball?
In basketball, yeah. So, you know, what's your thoughts on being named to, you know, the starting five, and what you guys think, you know, who'd be the best talent to work with?
Yeah, well, thank goodness I got picked. I'm probably one of the few guys on the team that actually played high school basketball, so I'm glad they don't think I'm a total oaf when it comes to sports. But I know Finau's pretty good. I've played a bit with Sam, and Sam, for having not played like high school basketball, he's actually pretty good. Did I hear Kiz used to play a lot, or did I hear that right, or no? Who's on the starting five?
He only named three. It was you, Tony, and then he had...
Oh, Jordan's good too. Yeah, Jordan's good. Yeah, I play with Jordan. Yeah.
I guess who would your other two then?
Who's on the team, I think? Probably not Xander or Patrick. I feel like Kiz might sneaky have some skill. And then just because I play with Sam, Sam's kind of a body. He'll play hard. He'll play some defense.
I got one more of what was your AIM username?
My what?
Did you have an AIM growing up?
No, I didn't. I wore long pants and collared shirts to school. I didn't have too many friends growing up.
All right, thank you, Scott.
What's your familiarity level with this property, this golf course?
Monday was my first time on the course, so pretty new. I did play all 18 Monday. I played all 18 on Monday, though. Yeah. Yesterday, sorry.
What do you like, dislike about the layout of it coming in? It's not the normal Wells Fargo routing that these guys are used to.
Yeah. I feel, this golf course has changed a lot over the years. It's a little bit softer than I would have imagined it, but, I mean, it's in great shape. The rough is healthy enough to where you're either going to get some big jumpers, maybe a few tough lies. Bermuda's easy. You only need a little bit of grass to make it challenging, and the golf course is very long as well, and so I think it'll be a good test for the guys this week.
The question that Max was posed a second ago, how do you guys as a squad fight off overconfidence? Everybody's saying this is a USA cakewalk, international science completed, they got a rookie, yada, yada, yada. You guys don't buy into that, obviously, but how do you fight off the overconfidence?
I mean, for me, it's always just kind of been ignoring all that kind of stuff. Just because we're favorites doesn't mean we start one up. Every match starts at even at the beginning of the week, and PGA Tour is very deep, and the international team is also deep. There's a lot of talent out on tour, and so just going out and trying to do our best is probably going to be the best approach, and just ignoring all that other stuff. It's big hypothetical. I really, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know if we're going to see that anytime in the future. Not in my circles. I think the PGA Tour has a bit more talent than their tour does, and so yeah, I don't have much to say. It's not too much golf stuff for me. I just like a guy that fights. I feel like you said alternate shot, right? Yeah. So I mean, I still can't get those two confused, so I'm glad you started with alternate shot. I just like having a partner that's going to fight. I feel like the matches are really long, and especially an alternate shot, I think a lot of guys expect to play perfect golf, and that's just not the case. I mean, you're going to get yourself in some spots and that you didn't put yourself in. Somebody else did, and it's just about fighting and kind of getting back in play and just trying to grind out holes and win matches.
What makes for a good four-ball partner? Now, here's the thing. 4 balls in play.
I mean, I'm going to forget this right when we leave. So it's I would say the same thing. I think that's what I look for in a partner, someone that likes to kind of fight and grind things out. And I feel like that's a lot of what match play is. It's not giving up on holes, not giving up on points, and just kind of going out there and doing your best and going from there. Yeah. I'm not really sure. I feel like I'm one of the guys on that team that could play with a variety of players, and so wherever captain puts me, that's what I'll be excited to go out and do. I'm really just excited for the week to get started. I've been thinking about it for a while, and these team events are my favorite events of the year for sure. Getting to play for your country and getting to play for 11 other guys on the team is really special, and it's so unique. And so whoever I'm paired with, I'll be excited to go out there and grind it out. Yeah. Probably want to be something cool, like a bald eagle, fly around. I wouldn't want to be anything in the ocean. The ocean kind of scares me, so we'll go with like bald eagle.
Yeah, Scottie, congratulations on a strong season last year, your high season. I guess really correlating the season coming over into this type of event, is there anything that you really feel great about in your game that's going
Yeah, I feel like I'm still hitting it really well. I got a few things I'm working on this off season that are exciting for me. It's always exciting to kind of take a look back at the entire season and figure out how I can get a little bit better. And so for me, I've been working on those a little bit. I did get some rest when we got done at East Lake. I was pretty worn out at the end of the year, but I'm excited to be here this week and ready to play. Yeah, I wouldn't say I have too much history with any of the guys. Nobody's beat me in like the final round or anything like that I can remember. So whoever I'm going across at the end, it should be a fun match. And like I said, the Internationals, they have a deep team and a lot of talent. And so whoever we get paired against on Sunday, it'll be exciting. Yeah, you got it. Thank you. Oh well, I think he's coming this week. Yeah, I think so.
He always seeks us out.
He loves the radio. That's all he listens to. Thought I was escaping.
It's like Super Bowl media day. Everybody kind of like
Yeah, everybody's circling around.
So, I'm probably going to ask this, but every 4 years, one city gets to host this in America. Charlotte's pretty proud of this. For you to come here, like, how excited are you to be here in this city at this course for this event?
Yeah, this is actually my first time here at this golf course, and so it's new for me. I haven't seen any of the setups before, but this one looks pretty special, and I heard they had a pretty easy job selling all the stuff around. I saw there's a big build out this week, and so it's always exciting for us as players when we know there's excitement in the community for the event. Yeah, you got it.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks. Sweet.